What's going on, guys? This is Youngling Jr. here. So I haven't done a video about Grandmaster Jay. If you guys don't know about him, he's the leader of the NFAC, stands for Non Effing Around Coalition, and it's pretty much like a black. It's identified as a black militia, size like a Black Panther. He believes that African Americans should have the right to, constitutional right to bear their arms, and pretty much just go against, the white supremacists, Ku Klux Klan, and any white supremacy type of organizations. They may challenge us in a way. So like they pretty much had their appearance right during the Ahmaud Arbery after the Ahmaud Arbery case that happened in Brunswick, Georgia. It was these individuals ended up shooting and killing this young man, and the Breonna Taylor, and that happened in Louisville, Kentucky. And one of his inspirations too, when I was doing some further research about NFAC, why he wanted to start the movement, is it was a Greensboro massacre that happened in November 3rd, 1979. So you had the American Nazi parties there, and after the American Nazi parties, you had the Ku Klux Klan, and they were pretty much confronting the black demonstrators and the workers union. In that particular time, it was like black textile industry workers, and sadly 5 individuals were killed. And in the 1980s, they ended up going to court and trial, and they were actually acquitted. All of them were acquitted, and the reason is because the jury concluded that it wasn't racially motivated. It was like a political method, motivation, and on top of that too, they were actually acting in self-defense. And I'm just looking like, are you serious? So I mean, it was just a lot of that stuff going on. So it kind of sparked like, hey man, if the Black Panther movement was created in 1960, you got Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, out of Chicago, Illinois. I mean, many other individuals, even though sadly they were kind of infiltrated by their own people that was secretly working with the FBI. But he kind of, I feel like his intentions was to start something really good and everything. And of course he was all over the news when it was like 1,500 of them, and somebody was negligent with their gun and they didn't think it was loaded, was playing with it, and end up shooting, hurting somebody. But I'm reading a little bit in detail why he was actually found guilty, okay, in this trial. Now, he's very outspoken. He was indicted last year on federal charges, okay, that accused him of pointing a rifle at law officials during a protest during the September 4th, 2020. So he was charged with assaulting, resisting, and impeding officers on brandishing a firearm in connection with a violent crime. Okay, those were the serious charges there. Prosecutors and authorities maintained the leader of the NFAC pointed a firearm at the members of the U.S. Secret Services in Louisville, Kentucky, right, in the Metro Police Department, while they were at the roof of the Jefferson County Grand Jury building. So Grandmaster Jay, he vehemently objectified, like, hey, the state description of what happened. He was like, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break any laws. Now, both sides of the case acknowledged that Grandmaster Jay, authorities, and others met prior to the convening of the NFAC to speak about logistics as well as working together to keep people safe. According to the prosecution, they said he stressed that the guns in NFAC would need to stay pointed down. Okay, so he was kind of ordering them. He's like, hey, don't be aiming at these officials, pointed down, have a high ready position. So he charged the leader of the organization pointed up, regarding it as a higher ready position. This was to counter what they agreed upon, the prosecutor alleged. Grandmaster Jay's attorney charged that clearly did not seek to shoot anyone. He had no intentions. Okay, that's what they're arguing with that. He clearly did not try to shoot anyone on the rooftop. There's even a video footage of him corresponding with authorities on the ground. He charged that he was simply pointing his light on the roof because though teenagers were on the roof with paintball guns. That's all it was. He thought it was, teenagers on the paintball guns, so he want to say, okay, what's going on? So he had the ASR-15, the lawman with several angles. That's what they getting him at. And now, right now, he's going to remain incarcerated until August 22nd, 2022. I just really found that really interesting, man. I'm going to see how long he's going to be in jail. I mean, I think they're going to give him maybe 5 years. I doubt if they're going to give him 10, 15, 20 years. I don't think it's that serious. He didn't kill anyone. I mean, the way, the trial just happened, he found guilty on 2 accounts, unfortunately. So we just have to see for the most part. If I get a little bit more information of the sentencing, then I'm gonna go ahead and detail, and I'm just going ahead and upload a video about my thoughts on it. But I think it's just like little petty charges, man. It was a lot going on at that time. The George Floyd, the Breonna Taylor case. I mean, he's just coming up with, and he was in Stone Mountain too, Atlanta, Georgia area. They was marching, walking down. I'm just making an example. And I remember too, they tracked down, the McMichaels at the time that shot and killed Ahmaud Arbery, and kind of got away with it for a few months because you had that district attorney, I think it was Jacqueline, whatever. She at the time, so she was covering it up, and the police officers wanted to arrest him because like this is murder. He had nothing to do with the break-ins into the neighborhood, and y'all because you saw him running around the neighborhood. He's a black man. Y'all want to go ahead and challenge him with weapons and try to talk to him. That don't make any sense. But anyway, at the end of the day, and I don't know too much about Grandmaster Jay. I'm not gonna sit up here and say he's a saint, but I'll say they give him like 5 years. He may get parole or something, and get out, and he might have some type of reliable restrictions. But we have to really see. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be other, black militias out there. But I just want to go ahead and report this because I haven't heard anything from the news from him. But we'll see on August 22nd this year and how long he's gonna be in jail. But that's all I really have to say. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I was supposed to go live in like 10 minutes. And we're gonna talk about the Kevin Samuels, his legacy, his inheritance, and the good things people like about him, the bad things, and did he actually leave a good impression on the black manosphere? Is he supposed to be looked up to, a good role model? So we're gonna sit up here, and discuss and have a great discussion. So I want you guys to be on there too. Please, subscribe, share, comment. Let's have a great discussion, man. I love you guys. I'm out. Till next time. Deuces.